Hey, what is up everybody? It's me, Dar64. I am back again with another Smash video. It's about stages again, and which ones are banned and which ones are not. I already told you guys in the last video that I'm going to make a sequel if more stages are real. And just a few days ago, Sakurai just revealed more stages. And I'm just going to look at the rest of them and just see if they're banned, if they're going to be legal thanks to the new stage hazard toggle, or not. I don't know. But I'm going to try to make it as I'm going to try to make this video shorter. I'm going to try to make this video short as possible, because in the last video it was like more of an hour long, but then again it was like over what? It was like 80 stages I was talking about. But this time I'm going to talk about 17 stages. And yeah, I think I'm going to be a little bit more quicker in this one. So I hope I'm going to get it like 10 minutes or 15 minutes at least. So I'm going to breeze through all of them and just let's take a look at the stages then. I'm going to open up Google Chrome. What? Alright, this is the correct stage. So I already have the tabs open, the ones I just need to watch. So let's just go and talk about them. So the first one is New Donk City. Now, New Donk City, I already talked about New Donk City in the last video. And there I didn't really know what it was all about. But now we saw a new glimpse of it. And now we kind of know what the stage is all about. And it's basically another one of those Delfino Plaza kind of like stages where there's a platform that just comes from the bottom and just pulls it, and then you can like float around the city. It's basically one of those levels. The only problem I think for this stage to be kind of a problem for competitive play is this part right here. Basically, it looks like one of those walk-off parts, and that can be a problem. It just depends on how long you are in this stage. If it's like more than 2 minutes, then I think this stage can be a problem in competitive play, because you can just basically stall or just camp on the corners of this stage, and I don't think that is pretty cool to watch if you just camp on one side of the stage and just grab him and just KO him like that. But other than that, I don't think there's really that much of a big problem. I mean, this part looks okay. It looks like pretty playable. But when it comes to stage hazard, I don't think there's a lot of them. I mean, you can see like Pauline and the band just floating on these platforms, and when you touch them or basically tag them, they basically add an extra instrument to the stage. And then eventually, if you have all of them, they're just gonna sing Jumps Up Superstar. I don't know what that really does, if it powers you up or not. If it does, then I'm pretty sure the stage hazard toggle will just simply just turn that off. So I don't know. I'm gonna say counter pick / ban, simply because of that part right here. It's just, you know, walk-offs is a big problem in competitive play. But then again, the Meta Knight stage is also one of those at the beginning. So I don't know, I'm gonna say counter pick. The next stage, Dracula's Castle, one of the brand new Castlevania stages. One of the big problems with the stages is that there's a lot of, hazards in the game. There's a lot of these enemies, and I don't know what this stage is all about. I think it's one of those scrolling stages. Basically, we can't really see a lot of them here. But basically, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like one of those scrolling stages where at the beginning you just come into the castle, and then there's like all these enemies and all this stuff just coming at you, and you can fight them. And I think that can be a problem for competitive play, because, scrolling stages are not that viable in competitive play. It's just kind of an annoyance. And well, even if you turn on the stage hazards, it probably just is still annoying to fight because, like I said, it's an auto-scroll stage. But then again, it doesn't really tell us because we didn't really see a lot of it. But then again, you know, how do you come in this part right here? I mean, it doesn't look like you can just easily go up to it. You have to be moving somewhere to get into this place. I think if it's like this place right here, I think it would have been a legal stage. But because there's all these enemies and hazards going around, I think this stage is a ban from competitive play simply because of that. Even if without hazards. So yeah. Next one, Peach's Castle. Peach's Castle was already in Smash 4 and it was banned in Smash 4 because there's like these platforms on the side. Well, it's not a platform, there's like these blocks on the side. You know, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it here. These I don't know, these triangles here, and that can be a problem when you like knock them out. And yeah, that, because it doesn't look like a banned stage, but the problem is the blast zones are so far away that for characters like Ganondorf, it's gonna be a pretty bad time just getting back to the stage. And because there's like no platforms here, like not like a single platform here to save yourself, that can be a problem, like I said, for characters like Ganondorf and other characters that have like really weak jumping abilities. So I think this stage will still be banned even without stage hazards. Unless the stage hazard toggle will turn off these blocks off, then I think it could be a counter pick, but still, I don't think the stage hazard toggle is gonna do a lot. So, yeah, you're probably just gonna have to play it on Final Destination instead. Alright, next one, Congo Jungle. Congo Jungle was banned because it's pretty easy to, well, camp and, well, pretty much, well, what do you know, circle camping. It's a pretty big stage for, well, it's not that big. I mean, it's big in Smash 4, and it's not as big in Melee, but because these platforms are here, characters like Jigglypuff and Peach have huge advantages because they can just float around the stage all the time. And then you have like characters like Ganondorf that can barely jump. And so, yeah, like I said, the stage itself isn't that big of a problem. It's more of a problem is the camping of the stage, and it's very easy to camp on this stage. And that's why I don't think this stage is going to be legal anytime soon, unless well, I don't think it can be legal. I don't think a stage hazard toggle can fix this. So it's banned. Next one, Mushroom Kingdom. Yes, I've been wanting to have this stage for a long time. I've been requesting for such, but it's finally here, and it looks as godly as ever. It looks just like the Mario games. Well, the Mario games. I'm gonna say it just looks like the original Super Mario Bros. Because on the one on the Nintendo 64, it kind of looked weird. Like I don't know what the fuck this was. Oh, this is a small one. But you kind of see like it's really dark, and there's a lot of colors for a Mario Bros. Stage, especially the first one didn't have this much color. But I like how they basically corrected this, and now there's like legit the proper sprites, the proper artwork for the stage. But still, this stage is gonna be banned anyways, simply because of its unusual layout. There's walk-offs on the side, which is a red flag for competitive play. And overall, it's a pretty unusual design. I mean, just look at it. It doesn't look like a lot you can do for competitive fighting. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, even if you turn on the stage hazards, it's still kind of weird to fight on. And like I said, there's walk off, which can be a big problem in competitive play. So, I'm sorry, Mario Brothers, you're our band. But I'm still glad you're back, though. So I'm gonna play on your stage regardless, because you're cool. Alright, next stage, Rainbow Cruise. This one is probably also banned. Well, it is banned because it's a auto-scrolling stage. The ship is pretty small. Well, I think it's pretty small. In Brawl, it was pretty small. But I really like the HD visuals. I mean, look at this. This looks incredible. Holy shit. But yeah, this stage is pretty much banned simply because of the auto-scrolling, and oh, it was even allowed in Brawl apparently. I didn't know that. Oh, okay, it has like ungrabbable ledges, disappearing platform, and all this. Okay, Fountain of Dreams. Holy shit, yes. I've been waiting to see this stage for a long time. You guys have been waiting for this stage for a long time. There's nothing to be said. This one is perfectly legal. I hope they fixed the frame rate problems of Melee, because it had like frame rate problems if you played it on Fountain of Dreams with 4 players on the screen. But now I think they fixed that, because I don't think that's a big of a problem. So yeah, Fountain of Dreams, one of the most requested stages ever, is finally back, and it's perfectly legal. Next one, Brinstar Depths. This one is banned. I like how this stage is returned, and I also like how Kraid kind of retains his design. Well, no, he doesn't really retain his design. Well, yeah, he does. He kind of looks like the one in Melee, which is a nice touch. Kind of gives him a little bit of a nostalgia feel. And, well, there's nothing more I can say about it. It is pretty much banned because, well, of its unusual layout. There comes parts where it's impossible to get back into the stage. I mean, just look at this one, for example. Here, you can basically just camp on this side right here, and you're basically camping, so yeah, this is a banned stage. Delfino Plaza. This was a counter pick stage in Brawl and in Smash 4 once. And I think it could be another one of those stages if the engine just works as it should. Because the biggest problem with Brawl was the whole, you can just grab the entire time. But because it was banned in Brawl, I don't think it can return for Smash Ultimate, simply because there's a lot of easy KOs, because you can early KO on the top blast line, and you can also, with great vertical KO moves. Delfino Plaza. This one is a counter pick in Brawl and in Smash 4, but it's recently has been banned in both games, simply because you can easily KO in these stages right at the beginning, because they don't have like the top blast line is like a little bit too close to the stage, so it's actually real easy to KO, and that's why they kind of banned it. And basically, flowing live characters like Jigglypuff and Rosalina actually benefit from that. So yeah, it's been banned because of it, and I don't think Ultimate is gonna fix this. I'm still glad that it returned, because I fucking love Sunshine. It's one of my favorite games ever. And I also like how the visuals have been improved. Like in Brawl, it kind of looks like really dark, and now here it's like really bright. So yeah, it's still a banned stage, unfortunately. So no, I'm gonna say counter pick banned. All right, next one, Pirate Ship, the Wind Waker stage. This one is also banned because it has pretty unusual design. And the biggest problem is this part right here, which basically makes you, it's basically an instant KO. And the fact that you can't really KO that easily on this stage. I mean, you can't fall in the stage because you automatically swim. So I think it's banned simply because of that. I still like the ultimate form. Not the ultimate, the Omega form of that stage. So, yeah, I don't think this one is legal. I'm gonna say banned. Next one, Mario Bros. I cannot believe this stage has returned. This one is considered to be one of the worst stages in Brawl, because there's so much shit going on in that stage that it's just ridiculous. There's probably more shit going on this stage than in the actual arcade game, or the game that is based on. And the stage hazards are overpowered, which you can turn off, luckily. But that still doesn't really fix the stage, because there's so many Cave of Lives in this stage that it's really hard to KO, and you can technically tech on these platforms, so it makes it even harder to KO people. And so because of this is still a banned stage. I'm still kind of glad that it returned, and I'm probably gonna play this stage for fun, but just without the hazards, because the hazards really ruined the stage for me. Because this is one of those stages that I actually wanted as a kid, because it looked like, oh, this could be a perfectly cool Smash stage, and then I played it in Brawl, and it was like the worst stage ever. But now with the stage hazard toggle, you can easily fix this, so I think that is cool. But yeah, for competitive play, no, this is banned. There's no way this can be legal. Next one, Hannonbow. I cannot believe this stage has returned. So for those who don't know from where Hannonbow is, it's from a game called Electroplankton. If you don't know what Electroplankton is, I don't blame you. It was a DS game for the Nintendo DS. I think one of the first, if not, no, it wasn't a launch game, but it was one of the first DS games that came out. And, you know, I think it got pretty good reviews. And the biggest problem, well, it didn't have any problems, but people just bought it, and then they realized that there was no gameplay. And that's why nobody remembers this game. And it's kind of surprising to see that this stage has returned. Really weird. But like I said, this one is completely banned. This is one of the worst designed stages. So you think you could just like land on this platform? You can't. This is just a background. So yeah, I think this stage is fucking banned. Simply because, well, just look at it. Basically, the only platforms... See, this is not the platformer. This is just a background. Yeah, it's just a background, and this is the actual platforms of the stage. It's horrible. It's a horrible stage. There's also no music on the stage. The only piece of music you get is these little, I guess they're called electroplanktons, that just keep spawning from that plant over here. They just jump around on these platforms, and then create the music. And sometimes it's gonna be so horrible music that you're basically gonna get ear aids. And yeah, this is a fucking banned stage altogether. Simply because it is a stupid stage. Oh shit, I closed it. It's a stupid stage, and yeah, I can't believe this one returned. Like, I don't think anybody really liked this stage. I didn't like it when it first came out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like it as well, so banned. Next one, Golden Plains. This one is based on New Super Mario Bros. 2, the worst New Super Mario Bros. Game in my opinion, because it really has no innovation in that game. That game was so plain and boring, but okay. But there are people that like it, but okay. But I really didn't like that one. This one is banned, simply because easy walk-offs, and even if you turn off the stage hazards, it is still banned because of that alone. And I don't think there's a lot of shit happening, so I think it is a pretty safe platform. No, wait, I think this... Is it a auto-scrolling stage? Oh, I don't think it's an auto-scrolling. I don't remember the stage at all. What is this stage? Wait, let me just really quickly just... No, it isn't. No, it... Is it? Okay, it does have some auto-scrolling parts, but it's not as bad as, let's say, Mushroomy Kingdom. But still, it is still a banned stage simply because of that. So I don't think... because of the walk-offs, it's still a banned stage. So there you go, banned. Paper Mario. I love the stage because it has like this Paper Mario part. No, Paper Mario part. I'm talking about Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door part right here, and I love that game to oblivion. But unfortunately, this is still a banned stage simply because there's an auto-scrolling part and not an auto-scrolling part. It has walk-offs on the side right here, and because the stage transforms into unusual stage layouts, like for example this one is one of the worst stage layouts. It basically has barely any platforms. So yeah, it is still a banned stage, unfortunately, but I'm glad that there is still at least a Paper Mario stage, because Paper Mario is cool, although right now it's not in the best position because it had two not as good games. So, okay. Dreamland. Now, this is not any kind of Dreamland. This is Dreamland Game Boy. It's just called Dreamland Super Smash Bros., but it actually has the Dreamland Game Boy name now. It is a banned stage because it is auto-scrolling. And yeah, that is kind of pretty much the reason why it's banned. It's an auto-scrolling stage, and auto-scrolling is not cool in competitive play. Walk-offs are not cool in competitive play, so it's banned. I do hope that there's a Omega Form, well, at least an fixed Omega Form stage of this, because this does look really cool. And I would like to see in competitive play, at least on this new Omega Form or Battlefield form on this stage. So yeah, banned. Mute City! This is not the Mute City from Melee, it's the Mute City from Smash 4. It basically uses it uses F-Zero, Super Nintendo F-Zero sprites, and it has like these platforms on the side. I don't have a good screenshot here. Okay, this is pretty bad. It does look really cool, but like I said, it is a banned stage because I still think it's a banned stage because it has like really unusual platforms. And what is it? This is all tournaments. There's no bottom blast zone, which usually is an automatic ban, and has inconsistent platforms and race cars and whatever the jazz the stage has. So yeah, because of those reasons, I don't think Ultimate is gonna fix any of those. So yeah, it's gonna be a banned stage. And the last one is Gamer. Gamer is interesting because if you turn off the stage hazards on this stage, one of the biggest problem, which is 5-volt, the mom character here, is basically it disappears, which means that it looks like a pretty decent stage to fight on. But then again, there's this part right here which can create a Cave of Life situation. It's not the biggest Cave of Life, but it is pretty... Well, it is a pretty big slot here, so it can be problematic for some competitive players. I will go on and say it could be a counter pick stage. Simply, it could work, but also it cannot. Yeah, it could work, but it just depends on how this Cave of Life really affects the match. Because if it does affect a lot, I think it is a banned stage, but if not, then I think it could be a counter pick stage at best. I don't see any problems here. Like I said, the biggest problem can be fixed by just turning off the stage hazard. So, yeah. I'm gonna say counterpick banned. And this one, yeah, I'm gonna say counterpick banned. That is all I'm gonna say. Because it does look like a pretty decent stage to fight on. And I'm not just gonna basically just define it as banned because we really don't know how that Cave of Life really affects Message. And that is it, everybody. I think I already have all the stages. Yep, I have all of the stages right now. If there's more stages coming out, I'm probably gonna make a part 3. If not, then this is probably the last video. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I hope I see you next time. So, peace.